And that Thor is not even breaking a sweat, especially his Jaguars. His little brothers are coming out to protect him, which is kind of a cute family moment if it wasn't so grim. But yeah, Hellshound being pushed back by the GOAT, Mr. Stardom. Alrighty, hello everybody. Welcome to Beyond All Reason. Look at that little slide down into there. So we have a fantastic 8v8 on a very, very cool map with a very, very silly name, Swirly Rock. I guess because maybe I would say it's this rock. This rock looks pretty swirly. I don't know. It's hard to determine what makes a rock swirly and what doesn't, but a very interesting map. Actually surprised it doesn't have any water. It looks like, you know, like this would be water, but it's not. This is some weird, maybe Venus-like planet. Not entirely sure, but I hope you guys will enjoy because it's a great game. We have a ton of fantastic players here. So I guess starting with the Cool Colors team, Stardom here, who I've not seen the replay, but I'm predicting Stardom is a fantastic player, and I'm assuming he's going to be doing a lot for his team here. So leading his team there. Also, not to not mention, Snoop Panda here in the light green, going for Cortex as well. I think Stardom was Cortex as well, right? No, Armada. Okay, that makes sense. I was like, Cortex is a little bit behind. We'll get to that later. Moving on to the warm colored team, we have Master Bell here leading his team with TS50. Stardom also TS50. He is going Armada as well, going for that quick bot lab start. Commander Zod in the orange right next to him. And then, of course, Hell's Hound. Where's Hell's Hound? Hell's Hound all the way up here in the north, going for Armada as well and the bot lab. Okay, cool. So we've established a baseline. Now, time for some revenge. Somebody told me that opening bots wasn't useful. No, I'm kidding. But yeah, so right now, this is kind of the meta. Actually, I mean, Stardom's just straight up going for vehicles first, which is pretty interesting. How I've seen it done is right now in the current meta, Armada goes for bots and then quickly transitions into vehicles for that stout power in the later tier 1 game. But you know, Stardom obviously knows what he's doing, so he's not a man to mess around. Already going to be sending out some rovers. Got a pretty good rover strike force from Petra Tetra. There we go. That is going to have to make a quick double back as a tick from a Master Bell going to be making its way to the Seeker's base here. And actually, before we start with that, we can acknowledge there's some skirmishing going on. If you want to actually look at how people are laid out on the map, for the Cool Colors team, we have Platy51 going for air power here up on this very, very tall purple rock here. Quite defensible, if I do say so myself. And then Lancelon going for eco, I'm assuming in the back. I'm assuming this is going to be an eco position. Wouldn't really... Yeah, I'm assuming that's what's happening. Similar thing happening here. Caliburn starting further back than Platis did. Not sure why. Yeah, I mean, both of the positions seem like they would work, but going for air as well. And then we have Skibat back here in the white, playing Armada. Also, I'm assuming going to be ecoing. They're both starting bots. So I'm assuming we're going to be seeing a little bit of eco right there. But Platis with the air transport for his commander. Wonder what... Oh, just drops him off right over there. I thought we were going to see an early comm bomb or something. That'd be pretty interesting, but not the case there. John Hunter going to be moving out in the south here, trying to hopefully fortify this position against the Kaiser, which, yeah, he's in a little bit... Yeah, they're actually equal TS scores, so it shouldn't be that bad of a fight for him, hopefully. We already do have Snoop Panda up here on this top ridge with a couple grunts and a Grave Robber. Going to be grabbing some of this, some of the tentacle plants, some of this energy from those guys with a little bit of defense from those grunts. So yeah, hopefully that'll help John Hunter. If Snoo is also going a little bit towards the south, the Kaiser going to be airdropping his commander all the way over here. Snoop Panda immediately spots it with that grunt there, and Fan also going to be moving to the top ridge. So interesting to see how this is going to be playing out here. We do have this rover strike force from Petra Tetra finally reaching the back line. They all have a little bit of veterancy. Going to be taking out a mech there, hopefully. Oh my gosh. Hate to see it. Hate to see it. This mech's not quite dead. This one only dropped a little bit of its health, but I don't know where he's going. I mean, that would be good to get Caliburn some metal, or get some metal away from Caliburn. That's what I would say. But anyways, he does finally get a mech, so bravo. But anyways, hopefully, yeah, I mean, there's a lot of forces following this, a lot of ticks that could be spent harassing other people. So, yeah, but look at how the front line is already built up here. That's how you know players are good. We're like 4 minutes in. We already got a solid front line going here. John Hunter and the Kaiser going at it. Looks like the Kaiser did descend from his top position up there, as Snoop Panda and Fan are going to be going at it. John Hunter with in the lead. It seems able to take out the Kaiser's commander, but once Kaiser's commander blows, John Hunter's commander is going to be going down as well. There we do have the double explosion there. Very, very nice. So lots of reclaim down here in the south. 2 commanders, it's going to be 2,500 metal. It's going to be able to be reclaimed. Snoop Panda, a little bit better than Fan, like 20 PS above, which is kind of unfortunate. We have Master Belk here being taken out by Petra Tetra, and another double commander death right here on the south. Did we just have another double commander death? Is that so? Yes, we did have another another double death. That is actually kind of wild. Commander Zod, as well as Master Bell, going to be trying to clean up these commanders pretty quick here. Yeah, definitely forcing that, as we do have STARDOM doing the same thing over here, trying to protect these commanders so that he can grab all that reclaim in the near future here. Hellshound and Skag now going at it as well, and I can only assume this is going to be a loss for Hellshound, but Skag looks like he wanted to self-destruct, which is kind of weird because he did have actually units there helping his commander, but Janus is in the back here, probably would have been doing some damage here. So another double death. That's 4. That's 8 commanders death in total, 4 for each side, which is insane. None of the commanders have been used for eco quite yet. This strategy has kind of fallen out of favor recently. Matt is trying to clean up here. Looks like one of the commanders here was reclaimed. I don't believe that would have been by Mr. Plattis there, unfortunately. And both of them are reclaimed down here, both by Commander Zod. So that's a lot of extra metal for Mr. Zod there. Hopefully he is able to use it effectively. We do have Stardom sneaking by some blitzes here. Janet's able to get a nice pick there, but one mech's going down against Commander Zod, another one going down as well. And now his base is beset upon by these blitzes, who are able to stop his energy production for a little bit, as those solar collectors do, oh my gosh, close up. Looks like Skag is... oh my, I don't even know. I have no idea. He's very, very concerned about Caliburn's commander and also the air unit there, which is very, very interesting. I don't know if he thought it was going to be like a comm bomb or something, but anyways, I would assume these commanders are going to be going to Caliburn. All these rocket bots are providing a little bit of a defense there. Nothing crazy though, but yeah, so Skag is he's having he's not actually doing that bad. If the commander wasn't airdropped, he'd have that north side. But anyways, looks like on the south side, we do have the cool team with a little bit of a sweep here. As we do have John Hunter and Plattis working together to hold that. Very, very nice teamwork from them there. The Seeker beset upon by Commander Zod and also Master Bell, but he's putting up quite the defense there. Overwatch Tower going to be coming up here. Hopefully he's able to defend. Ooh. Lance Alien, does he have, is there tier 2 here? Yes, okay, so we do have an advanced vehicle plan for Skabat, assuming from Lance Alien, also has a tier 2, so yeah, so I was correct, thinking that they're going to be ecoing. Hopefully they are going to be sending their T2 constructors over to their friends there, and get that ball rolling on tier 2, man. Very, very important to tech up. The most important one. There's only 2, T1 to T2, T2 to T3. And that T2 jump is much, much larger than the T3 jump, in my opinion. Much, much more important. Yeah, anyways. So it looks like Fan is actually kind of taking this. We're going to call this a swirly rock, okay? It kind of looks like a octopus with 5 legs and no head. Which doesn't really look like an octopus at all. But anyways, Snoop Panic kind of pushed back here. Nothing crazy. Just build a Cerberus up here. That would be fun to see. But yeah, not sure him being pushed back here is going to be super relevant. It looks like he actually has a lot of thugs that are going to be able to put a dent in these rocket bots for sure. In terms of the middle front line, looking very, very weak up here in the north. Stardom with not a lot of units, and neither does Metas. Metas? Yeah, I don't know. Commander Zod and Master Bell, yeah, kind of just dividing that down the middle there too. But overall, if we look at the eco, it seems to be in a bit of a favor of the Cool Colors team. Warm Colors falling a little bit behind in terms of metal there. Nothing crazy. Maybe like 20 or 30 metal. But still something to keep in mind in the back of your mind, because metal tends to snowball very, very quickly. Both commanders have now been reclaimed up here. So I think that's all the double death commanders have been reclaimed. Looks like we do have one more commander going down for the Warm Colors team. I don't know if I missed that or if that was like a self-destruct. Unfortunate. Huge casting moment for me. Great job. But yeah, Skag's able to push up north here and do quite a good job. We do have Petra Tetra moving in here with quite the blitz army, man. And Master Bell just has some pawns, so nothing to be super worried about. Ooh, a commander going down up here for Snoo Panda. Unfortunate. I think he did try to tag a lot of Fan's army with that explosion, but not quite able to do it. But Fan's commander has been pushed back a little bit. Which means that, yeah, Snoo Panda, even though he did lose his commander, does have superiority right here. Until Fan comes in with the Cloak D guns, perhaps. That could be a little bit worrying there. And that would mean John Hunter would become encircled if Fan's able to take the top. He does uncloak. What is he doing? Is he going to D-gun? What's going on, Fan? I'm a big fan, but... Oh, okay. There we go. So Fan does end up exploding there. So another double commander death right up here in the north. And looks like Snoo Panda is definitely going to have the initiative on that. Already cleaning up his own commander. Probably going to be getting Mr. Fans as well. And also taking this Swirly Rock position. STARDOM with a decent push up here against Commander Zod. Commander Zod is definitely beset upon allowing the Seeker to move in if he wanted to. If he was paying attention, dang it. Now, he definitely is paying attention. He knows what he's doing, man. But yeah, nice distraction there. Shurikens from Caliburn coming out here, so he does have that Cortex Air Force. And I didn't see, is Platus Armada correct? Yes, he is Armada. Very good. So, as far as I'm aware, Armada Air Fighters are a little bit better. I definitely could be wrong on that, but I'm pretty sure I speak the truth here. Hellshound with his commander pretty low here, but he is beset upon by Mr. Skag in the north here. Also, the spam pings are crazy. The typing in the chat is wild. He's not having a good time, that's for sure. Shuriken's able to, yeah, stop that push in its tracks. So he's going to want to retreat. I mean, he has really like very little on the field. Definitely going to want to be getting something out there. We do have a EMP bomber out for Platus there, showing Armada's strength with those T2 bombers. EMP bombers are fantastic. They're like shurikens, but mass shurikens, I guess. They don't die as quick either. And because they fly higher up above the ground, they also don't get taken out by like grunts and pawns as easily as shurikens can really get hit by almost any ground units, except for maybe like, you know, like stouts, medium tanks, brutes aren't going to be doing super well. But yeah, Master Bell does have to rearrange his pawn line up here. He hasn't really gone in with these pawns. I think this is more like kind of like a radar scare where you see like a bunch of dots on the map and you're like, oh crap, but you know, there's like what, 25 pawns, 30 pawns. It's definitely a force, and it could definitely, it might be able to take out Seeker's army, but it's nothing crazy, right? Very difficult to push with like a pawn army 12 minutes in the game when people are starting to gear up for tier 2 battles. T2 battles. Not tier 2, it's tech 2. What? I sound like an idiot. Geothermal power plant in danger of going down back here if Snoo Panda pushes further, so that's something to keep an eye on. More for myself than for you. But yeah, in terms of fighter forces, I mean, Caliburn does have control of the skies. Platus doesn't really have a lot of fighters out. There we go. He's starting to get some high winds out, but definitely a few more would be very welcome, I'm sure. Advanced Bod Lab coming up for the Kaiser, which might allow him to take this south side a little bit easier. He's holding his own, actually, with an army not much smaller than John Hunter's, if actually maybe a little bit bigger. But he's focusing on his tier 2 right now. Once Tech 2 starts to come up for him, it's gonna be an interesting fight down there for sure. But Commander Zod and Metas having to fall back in the north here against the combined Seeker and Stardom push up north here. We do have Hellshound rallying against Skag. Oh, it looks like Skag ended up leaving. And yeah, Stardom did take his stuff. I don't know what was happening with him. He was very scared of the air. I'm not entirely sure. Pork and Hodel. I don't know what this is. Need a few minutes and then I can roll. Yeah, he does have this advanced bot lab being set up here. Going to be producing what looks like a lot of Sheldons, big Sheldon army, and also taking advantage of this geothermal power plant spot, which is, of course, huge brain. And Petra Tetra, you know, he's putting in work protecting this line here, but should be time for him to start producing some units and going in here. So he's still making stouts, still on tier 1, unfortunately. Hopefully he grabs a tier 2 con eventually there. Looks like most... I wouldn't even say most of the people. Stardom's still on tier 2 or tier 1 as well, although he is gathering that tier 2 economy. So yeah, as is Petra Tetra, so it's cool. It's all nice. But yeah, Hellshound with quite a few hounds here, ironically. Is it ironic? It's a nominative determinism. There you go. Looks like we actually have Lancelon with the fighter force here. He's got a decent amount of tier 1 fighters there. I would say he could definitely go toe-to-toe with Mr. Caliburn right now. Although Caliburn's probably going to be going into tier 2 fight. Oh no, he still is tier 1. Okay. Yeah, so I'd say Cool Color's team has air superiority, but very, very little. You know, it's very, very small fight up in the air right now. 14 minutes in. And yeah, we do have the Seeker here being pushed by Master Bell's pawns. And yeah, as I predicted, those pawns, yeah, not going to be doing enough there to do any real damage, actually. So a little bit unfortunate. Red tier 2. I don't know what is it. Who he's talking about. Oh, Fiends. Yeah, Fiends for Master Bell out, which he doesn't have a tier 2 factory. Does he have, like... Yeah, I don't know how he made those. Maybe they're gifted or something. Interesting. Or he could have had the tier 2 factory, made some, and then reclaimed it. Lots of ways to go about that. Just not sure which one was chosen there. Spectre coming up for Fan here. Pretty interesting. No anti-nuke on the map yet. Oh, we have anti-nuke slowly building up in the northwest there. Need to stop before you pork. No! I'm behind on my terminology. I have no idea what pork means. Is it... I'm just trying to figure out what that even means. Okay, so if someone wants to let me know in the comments, I'd be much obliged. Pork... I'm trying to think. I have no idea. 1 minute? Is it just a Sheldon push? Is that a pork? I'm not sure. Is it when you like build up forces and go in? That seems just like common sense. I don't know. No idea. But Snoop Panda says 1 minute till he goes in. So 15:44. At 16:44, I'd expect strict discipline, and he will be going in there. Anyways, some ticks from a STARDOM going to be cresting the hill here against these hounds. Hounds will be pushed back a little bit by these nasty little ticks. Ticks are actually... They're not like effective against hounds just because they're low damage, but they're pretty good. They're definitely hard to hit, and they definitely, you know, outpace hounds, which a lot of heavier units can't say. GG needs spine now. Everybody's very, very worried. I guess I just don't understand. Anyway, so there's some trashers here, a couple of sumos, some Sheldons, and thugs. Nothing that looks like super, super worrying or anything. More trashers coming out. He's actually making trashers and sumos. I don't get it. I mean, he is very close to people's bases. But, yeah, anyways. So he is descending from that mountaintop earlier than he said he was going to be, which is very, very sad. No, I'm kidding. Geothermal blowing up there. Very nice. It was actually a key moment of tension there. And, yeah, it did go. We dead. Very interesting. That they're so worried. I guess this is just such a forward position, right? If you look at the map, his base is at the midline, which is very, very close to other people's, especially like Fans here. Fans and Master Bells, like if there are fusion reactors up, which they are starting to come up, having those come down, yeah, could end the game very, very quickly here. Fan was given a lot of Fiends to protect his base with Master Bell, so nice play there. We'll see what he's able to do with those Fiends, but yeah, nothing really came of Snoop Panda's push there, nothing insane. So there's a lot of hubbub there, but it didn't come to much. Now this is a little bit more worrying. Having STARDOM have 2 bases now, 17 minutes in, means he is able to, yeah, go in with a lot of crap. So tons of stouts here coming in for STARDOM, pawns as well, and ticks. He's just going in, right? He's pushing against Hell's Hound, who really only has a few battered hounds left. He didn't really rebuild after that big tick push. He has a couple drags as well, which is going to be decent against those ticks, but nothing insane, right? So he's going to be relying a lot on like D-guns and stuff, and maybe even his commander blowing up. So yeah, we'll see what's going on there. Snoop Panda continuing his push here. He has sumos and stuff. Maybe it's the sumo Sheldon push. Pork. I don't know. Is that like an acronym? I'm gonna stop thinking about it. It is like irritating me a little bit. Anyways, so pawns coming in from Mr. STARDOM here, but not quite able to do it. Almost taking out this fusion reactor that's being built, but nothing insane happening quite yet. But the push is not over yet. We do have some missile trucks and stouts in the back and pawns, but it looks like they are going to be retreating, falling back to probably that midpoint here. Yeah, almost. not quite as far, but yeah, having 2 bases for production is insane for STARDOM, because he's that kind of guy that will take whatever he's given and then absolutely wreck with it. So it looks like, yeah, Fan is very, very beset here. His tier 2 advanced bot lab going to be going down here, and yeah, that's going to be about it for Mr. Fan there. Not looking too fantastic for him. They really need to rally in this southern position here, but it is hard when they have to rally down here and also up north by STARDOM. Is STARDOM just too good? Is he just too good at this game? Perhaps. Perhaps. Yeah, but not, again, this northern push, not quite able to do it. But still putting constant pressure up here. Very, very infuriating, I'm sure. Kaiser trying to push down here in the south with some Fiends. But the Sheldons are able to push them back. Not a good matchup. You really need a lot more Fiends than that, unfortunately. But that's just the way it goes. I'm pushing hard. I think Pork is like forward base or something. Something along those lines. Ooh, a sharpshooter starting to come out now? It says snipers. I don't see any. I'm probably blind. They're cloaked against the spectator, me. We do have this nice stiletto EMP bombers from Platis swirling menacingly about overhead. Might be supporting this push here from STARDOM that is really not quite quit. And has really just kind of kept going. He's regrouped a couple times, but he's continuing to push, which is a good idea. If he can overwhelm Hell's Hound, and he thinks he can, you should keep pushing, because that's a lot of reclaim on the field right here that he doesn't want to lose. Yeah, 5.2 thousand metal just sitting on the field there that you really don't want to lose by stopping your push too early. So EMP Bomber's going to be coming in with quite a good bombing there, and they're going to be continuing hovering about, supporting STARDOM, and yeah, try to get the cinematic shot there. Not quite able to do it. What a nerd, what a nerd. Who could do that? Pipple's up here. Little bit of pot shots being thrown out there. Yeah, well, it is looking very, very bad here in the south. Kaiser, he has quite the incline to defend, which is pretty good for him. He also has the Spectre going to be coming in and, yeah, paralyzing a lot of these guys, actually, which is definitely not a bad play. Lots of... I mean, spies are actually kind of expensive to build. But yeah, bombers coming in there for Platis, able to take out a mech, almost taking out that fusion reactor, and if that was taken out, it might have just been game there. Yeah, so not great, but Hell's Hound, looks like we got the Hell's Hound Scabat push here, so Jaguars coming in there, as well as, yeah, just Jaguars, basically. Jaguars and some blitzes there. Gonna be pushing against STARDOM here, and that's actually gonna be great against kind of the armies that he's building, which is like tier 1, like trash, basically. But very, very, yeah, unwilling to go in, but also regrouping with the rest of your army is probably a good idea. But they really need to go in. They need to have some kind of win. And if they can start winning in the north here, this push in the south won't be quite so bad. The sharpshooters from Fan here able to kind of rally. Snoop Panda put on the back foot for a little bit, but now he's kind of just building up, actually. Is this the back foot, or is this just the beginning of another push? You never know. But the Jaguar is able to go in against STARDOM's base. There's heavily stacked defense here, overwatches and beamers that you do have to worry about. Will STARDOM be taken out? Probably not. Yeah, they're so scared to go in. Very, very unfortunate. And we now have the Roughneck gunships coming in for Snoop Panda, I believe. Or is this... No. Lance Leon. Lance Leon coming in there. And the Stouts coming in behind, able to clean up most of the rest of these Jaguars. Like 8 of them coming down south here, but might get cut off. Oh, but no, this is Metas also pushing. Yeah, STARDOM is being pushed hard here in the north here. Is he going to be able to come back from this? I mean, this is quite the push. He has some Jaguars of his own here defending. This is his main base, guys. If this goes down, it's going to be very, very bad for him. This way is tier 2 advanced construction plant, or vehicle plant, sorry. Yeah, Keeper almost going down there. Jaguar is able to do some minimal damage, but nothing huge. Definitely stuff he can rebuild back from, but he did lose quite a few mexes and also the front line, which is probably the bigger problem. We now have the Master Bell and Kaiser, Stark, or Commander Zod push here. But it looks like it was pushed back by Petra, at least for now. Seeker also doing some work here up on that northern flank of that push, as they have a Keeper that they can retreat back to, which is a pretty sick idea, as well as a construction turret. STARDOM trying to fend off Metas here as he goes into the Keeper. Gonna be maybe taking that out, maybe eliminating the entire Cool Color front line, but not quite. Not quite. But again, these pushes were able to really destroy the front line, allow even more of these fast Jaguars to come in, continually do damage. STARDOM has really, really like minimal defenses defending his base. Lance Leon with some tier 3 units here coming in, 23rd minute. Able to try to do some damage to him there, but yeah, interesting. And if we look in the south here, we do have Fan marching up this ridge here against Snoop Panda's pork, I guess. I'm still not over that. I said I would get over it, and I'm not. I still don't know what it means. Spectre Spybots coming in for Fan here, probably going to be self-destructing. And yeah, this little army that he had to defend himself is basically it. A couple Arbiters up here, but these Fiends are able to clear out this base for sure, unless some miracle happens. Maybe the EMP bombers show up, and actually looks like they might. Yeah, they want to show up for sure. So this army should definitely be priority to be taken out. Those EMP bombers don't do damage by themselves, but it looks like they're heading towards the front line actually. Yeah, trying to stall this Stouts push here by Commander Zod. But yeah, there's Snoop Panda's little base there being taken out. Might even be reclaimed by Fan there, and that's going to be quite bad news for John Hunter, who might just be encircled here. But I think the bigger news is that Snoop Panda's base is right here if these Fiends wanted to go in. Maybe they don't quite have enough to do the damage there, but even if they were to take out these energy converters, energy converter, construction turret, you know, chain reaction there could be extremely damaging. Not game ending by any means, but definitely a good blow. Good blow right here. There was Lance Leon trying to go forward here, but he is met by some Razorbacks from Hell's Hound and also a lot of Marauders from Skabat. So it looks like this eco guy in the back really pulling his weight here in the late game. You didn't see him much early on, but now, yeah, he's pulling his weight for sure. A couple of Basilicas put up top here for Skabat. Really, really pressuring STARDOM, their star player here, as it were. He is not having a great time, that's for sure. But John Hunter actually collapsing on Fan and on the swirly rock. A lot of grunts going down with high veterancy there, which is pretty interesting. Yeah, trying to collapse on him at least. Pushing Fan back, doing his best, but now he's being beset down here in the south. Only has a Mammoth and double guard tower to defend himself with. But that Pitbull trying to come up there. It's doing its best. Yeah, fantastic plays here by everybody, and really just a lot of fun to watch, if we're being real. Tons of Marauders here from Lance Leon. Are Marauders just this good that people just mass produce them even on just like full land battles? I never really liked Marauders. They're good for those Supreme Straight games, but that's kind of where I stopped using them, but they seem to be very, very effective here for sure. Sharpshooters all the way up on top of this ridge here would have been doing big damage if the Fiends from John Hunter probably didn't take him out. Yeah, it looks like they will be going down there, unfortunately. Fan not even making an attempt to move these guys back, which you hate to see it for sure. Another big push here from Hell's Hound and Skabat trying to come in against STARDOM, but can they beat the GOAT? I mean, yeah, actually they probably can. This base is not looking very good for STARDOM at all, but Ticks here doing their best to defend. Again, this is just a secondary base, but still, STARDOM collapsing up here in the north does not bode well for the rest of these cool colored teams, but they are coming in again. So the big push from Lance Leon is tangling with the front line here. Lots of mines here. Nice from Fan. Hopefully those Marauders do run into those medium mines, and they do run into the mines. Take a little bit of damage. A couple Marauders coming down there. We do have some of these Persecutors back here also laying into those Marauders. But Razorback coming out for Snoop Panda as well. Going to try and take out this pop-up cannon. And able to do that. Walking right through those mines. Done a lot. 50% health. He does go down there. And care for AoE. Yeah, it looks like the Marauders from Lance Leon not able to even make a dent here, basically. And that's a lot of just reclaim just thrown upon the field there. Not good at all. Yeah. Again, that's why I hate Marauders. They're bad. No, not really. Not my favorite, but that doesn't mean that other people can't use them. Yeah, the pushers here on both sides really actually kind of a little bit ineffective for sure. STARDOM given a Thor by Lance Leon, which I think is funny. Just a gimme. Give me that Thor right now. Yeah, Thor is a very good thing for STARDOM to have in his possession, as he was being pushed quite bad by these forces up here. So, yeah, tons of repeated pushes able to, yeah, kind of make a dent in his economy, but I think he's still probably making some of the most metal on the team. Yeah, he is making the most. Now, keep in mind, again, he was given that base there. So, Snoop Panda making almost similar to him is is very impressive. He has a ton right now because of insane reclaim. I don't know where he's getting the reclaim from, question mark. It wasn't a question. But, yeah. Either way. And Thor up here with that EMP rocket coming out. Not a good rocket launch, that's for sure. But gonna be trying again against these Razorbacks. He wants those Razorbacks, dude. Is he gonna be able to do it? Nice. He does end up paralyzing those Razorbacks. Vanguard out here in the back. Gonna be doing some chip damage against the Thor, but nothing that guy can't take. I mean, Thors can just face tank a lot of damage. And not even break a sweat, and that Thor is not even breaking a sweat, especially his Jaguars. His little brothers are coming out to protect him, which is kind of a cute family moment if it wasn't so grim. But yeah, Hellshound being pushed back by the GOAT, Mr. Stardom. One of the best players in the game, and I'd love to see some high level like pro 8v8's. I mean, this is almost as high level as you get. A ton of good players here. Fantastic to see. So thanks everybody for playing. You didn't know I was going to cast this, but I did. So there you go. But Blizzards, the Strat Bombers coming in for Mr. Platis there, trying to do some damage against Master Bell. But yeah, because this is a pro game, they actually built anti-air. Crazy. Absolutely wild. So yeah, those Bombers not able to do anything, as well as Caliburn having some aircraft of his own. So no big deal there. Something that's brewing up here, some construction turrets from Snoop Panda. Interesting. Also, John Hunter with, yeah, lots of grunts down here in the south, and Kaiser not really wanting to push against that because he doesn't have an army, which makes sense. Does have this gantry up here. He's going to be starting to make some catapults, which big damage there from those guys most likely. Mines are going to be blowing because of these Juno rockets launched at him, which is pretty sick. Mid struggling. Mid's actually, I mean, they've taken a beating, and that's for sure, but they're actually looking pretty secure right now, especially with Stardom kind of securing this northern flank. That's where like a lot of stuff was coming in, was because Stardom couldn't like hold that northern part. But now that he can, the front line should be relatively good. You do have Commander Zod here mustering forces and Master Bell mustering stacked defenses, but nothing insane, I don't think. Prude being built there, the safe geothermal power plant. You almost never see those, but I think it's a good idea when you're building power plants in the middle of the map. But the grunts from John Hunter, aided by some fiends, going to be coming in against Kaiser here as a catapult rocket bot does launch those rockets against our poor boys on the front line there. And yeah, Kaiser not even breaking a sweat against a bunch of grunts, especially because he had a lot of twin guard towers, which is basically the biggest counter you can get for a bunch of cheap monies. But Stardom going to be pushing up in the north here. A couple Thors, his centerpiece, as he is bursting down Hell's Hound Thor, who has launched both of his EMP rockets. So it's good that we're actually seeing a Thor go down with both of its rockets launched. It happens less often than you think. I think people neglect the rockets just because they're like, oh, I can always use it another time. And, well, you really can't. But yeah, they're one of the main reasons why Thors are actually such a great unit. But Stardom going to be doing a little bit of a retreat here. I guess he thinks he's outmatched, but really it's only these couple of Razorbacks defending and he could go in for the win, basically. I mean, if Hell's Hound falls in the north here and Stardom has free access to everyone's base, it's basically over. But the Seeker, despite saying that mid was struggling so bad, he did go in. And oh, I guess he was just trying to edge up the front line, and he was pushed back by Mr. Commander Zod there. And yeah, he gave him a ride. So tons of reclaim here in the middle. Nobody really winning. The only winner there would be the person that got the reclaim, right? Kind of how it works, but not really super accessible. But we do have a couple of combat engineers going to be getting some reclaim there for Petra Tetra, so good on him now. Good on him right now. Tier 2 built up here for that all those construction turrets, and they are mass producing spies. Well, as mass producing as you can get. I mean, spies are expensive, dude. They're not super expensive, actually, less than I thought. They're very, very energy heavy. As a thing. Shiva's here for the Kaiser, trying to defend this against all these grunts. Doing a pretty good job. Honestly, like, you get like one of those lightning claws and you're probably fine. Oh my gosh, I missed it. Oh my gosh. So Stardom able to push up north here. Absolutely wipe Hellshound's base for the most part. The gantry is still left standing. We have a couple bot left standing as well. But I mean, really, the base is pretty much dead. He has a few tier 2 maxes, a little bit of energy there, And this Pulsar not even able to fire, so it shows you how well he's doing there. But yeah, so now these, oh no, he was able to fire. Anyways, so Lazarus trying to revive this Razorback. So a big thing for STARDOM is that he's able to, oh, he's really good about reviving. But yeah, a couple Thor shots there, actually just that one Thor shot, able to clear up all of those Lazaruses. A little bit unfortunate. The grunt spam has started, providing line of sight, and also tickling the opponents just a little bit. Nothing major, but something to keep in mind. Looks like we do have a Lance Leon reinforcing the middle line here with 5 Razorbacks and 4 Vanguards. Vanguards, such a fantastic unit. Stop ecoing, win the game, he says. Honestly, this northern route is definitely not open, but there are 4 Thors on the field here, but one of them's pretty low. And I don't know who he's talking to, if that was a ping or what. Yeah, I don't know. I think I would disagree with him there. I think they really, well, they are kind of behind in medals. Hard to tell, all this reclaim. I think they're definitely behind in medal, at least like 100 maybe? Yeah, around 100 medal. Nothing crazy, but I think ecoing is important because games can honestly go in different directions than you expect, and continually putting resources in your economy is going to be good because you almost always know that your opponents are going to be doing the same thing, and if the game goes on too long, you get outclassed pretty quick there. We do have the Shivas from Kaiser continuing to defend, but honestly, if he wanted to push in, there's nothing stopping him. I mean, there's nothing in the way. Experimental Gantry coming up for John Hunter. But yeah, looks like he is deciding to go in. He has that catapult in the back, absolutely wrecking shop. Yeah, really just destroying this little emplacement here. Had a couple of mexes, some light laser towers, and of course a tracer, which actually doesn't get taken out. Now he wants to retreat, I guess. Yeah, he did lose, well, I guess 2 Shivas and a catapult, so fair enough. Persecutor up here putting in work, baby. Woohoo! Juno's coming out there. Yeah, the Seeker, he's doing great, man, holding this front line, man. Not a lot of like epic moments from him, but he's just trying to hold. And as Petra Tetra does advance in the south here with the help of Lance Leon, actually it's mostly Lance Leon's forces there, deciding to go in maybe. I mean, if you could tag like an Aphis, you know, a simple thing to do, of course. Yeah, he's gonna walk over those mines. Very nice. Poor Razorbacks. Oh, one died. So sad. That Prude does go down. You can see they don't explode. Not really, so it's good. It's what you want. But yeah, Razorbacks from Lance Leon, very, very lackluster push because there's just so much stack defense. It's not even close. And do we still have these? Oh, Ragnarok coming up. The LOL cannon from Skabat. Oh no. Another game decided by the LOL cannon. Probably not, actually. I would find it hard to believe. I mean, Seeker already has some of these shields up. Wouldn't take too much for other people to start building those shields as well. Yeah, so cannon going to be coming up in a minute and a half there. A little bit less than that. Any cannons from this side? Not really. We saw a couple of the Basilisks up here, and now we're seeing the Ragnarok. But yeah, nothing crazy. Or Basilicas, sorry. One lone Thor from Skabat here, taking out these medium mines, I guess. But yeah, he's going to be taken out by Lance Leon if he's not careful, and he's not careful, so he's going to die. Poor guy. Oh, a huge Vanguard amassing up here from Lance Leon and Snoop Panda as well. Yeah, fantastic unit to have up on this ridge. Really just free line of fire here. Going to be able to... Oh, nice EMP there. Actually, wasn't a crazy EMP. And there's nothing supporting that anyway, so not a big deal. Yeah, Kaiser going to be moving out his forces to try to take these guys out, or at least push them back. It's kind of his only hope. Otherwise, he's just going to continually be bombarded down here. There's nothing you can do about it. Metas starting his tick push here. Yeah, I mean, the grunt push has been going on for a long time from the cool color side, but not as long from the warm color side there, which is, yeah, nothing. It's just something to note. It's more about play styles, whether you want to waste the resources to do that. I think that's a pretty big resource drain unless you're running something that requires that long range. It's not super necessary, or you think your opponent's super weak in static defenses. Not a bad idea, but if you're just doing it just because it's the thing, probably not a great idea. But the Thors are coming in for Snoop Panda. Thors and Razorbacks coming in down here. Gonna be doing their best, but they're against some tough. They are up against some tough opposition. These Shivas here putting up a fight, but A couple of them do get EMP'd, which is a fantastic EMP right there. Bulwark here also putting in the work. And I don't think Snoopan is going to be able to completely push there. At least Kaiser's definitely not giving it up for free. Yeah, 3 Razorbacks actually getting quite far, but 2 of them are very low health. They get taken out by this Caliburn's Razorback, and the last one does go down as well. A couple Thors down here on the low lands, but yeah, nothing huge. I mean, Thors are pretty big. I would assume they're pretty big. Like, how tall is stuff? Are grunts like as tall as a person? I have no idea. Mammoths with their anti-air there. Wild. They do not have anti-air for the record, but it's not actually that bad. They do have hit scan lasers, so aside from the big nerf they get for attacking into the air, they can at least hit stuff up there. But STARDOM's base going down to the big cannon here. The huge Ragnarok for Skabat. Absolutely cleansing the land up here in the north. But STARDOM's base, thankfully, is protected in the south, but this is... Oh, some of the shields are deflecting back into the base, actually. I hate how that works sometimes. Doesn't really make a lot of sense, because the projectile will hit the shield, then get deflected through the other shield into the base. And Skabat is absolutely running through STARDOM's base down there. Very, very unfortunate to see. So I guess the only thing that can stop Stardom is one of these stupid cannons. And his shield's not working for crap. Yeah, and again, you can see it's just... Okay, I think it did lose energy there. I'm like, it's just shooting through. So I think it lost energy there, but yeah, over here was a little bit atrocious. But the push in the south might be able to do... I mean, I don't know. It's close, but I don't think this push down here is going to be quite able to make up for the extreme devastation that happened up here because of the cannon, but also because of these a lot of Thors pushing up here. So we have like so many Thors from Skabat. Not all of them are coming in though. There we go. The push has started. Stardom only has 2 Thors to defend his base. His gantry is down, I believe. Yeah, gantry is definitely down. Not good. Yeah, Stardom having a terrible time. It's all because of these stupid cannons, man. So what's the plan here? I mean, Seeker's middle spot has been basically wiped off the face of the earth. The base is back here doing their best. Uh-oh. I think, what went down here? Oh, no, the commander. Was it? No, okay, it was the Seeker's commander there. So I guess he tried to cloak and go in for the D-gun, but he didn't have enough energy. And we are seeing people starting to drop from the Cool Colors game. Very, very unfortunate that, yeah, another game coming down to these stupid cannons. They need to be nerfed. Sign the petition below. There's no petition. And honestly, I don't know if they need to be nerfed or what. I think the main problem is not that they need to be nerfed, but that there need to be more exciting ways to end a long stalemate like that. Me personally, it's a little bit anticlimactic when games end to the big cannon. Not saying this game has ended, but I mean, big damage from that stupid cannon, and it's now firing downrange into the main base of Petra Tetra. Yeah, you just rip through the shields. You just rip through the shields. I've seen some people call for there being bigger shields, like a Mega Keeper or something. I don't think that's a good idea, because then it just negates the whole purpose of the Ragnarok, which is a base breaker. I feel like there's got to be some way where you keep the Ragnarok as something that's fun and usable and good, but not the only way to break a stalemate. Because right now, the only way to break a stalemate is if your opponent has no anti-nuke, which isn't going to happen in a game like this. You nuke them, or yeah, the big old cannon. But I mean, Stardom's still holding on, man. He's not giving up for sure. I mean, he's down to 142 metal, which is not great when you're 42 minutes in the game there, that's for sure. He does call it GG there, it looks like. And Lance Leon sitting up here in the middle of some Vanguards, doing their best, but yeah, very, very unfortunate. As the first nuke of the game launches, which is wild that it happens that early, but yeah, that's going to be about it. Hope you guys did enjoy. Actually, I don't know if the surrender goes off. Does it? I don't know, but I mean, it's over whether they surrender or not. Stu Panda's base falling under fire there. Keepers getting energy drained very, very quickly, and yeah, getting bounces on the ground on nothing. Yeah, gotcha. Well, Stardom did leave the game. It's Lance Leon with the biggest economy the game's ever seen. 760 metal. What a champ. What a champ. Yeah, I would like to... I just want to get to the stats page. I don't know why I try to hit 20 times speed there. I can't even run it at 1 time speed. That's fun. Moving with my land army, question mark? Yeah. You can just push through, dog. Tons of bulls here for Commander Zod, but yeah, the game does end there, so. Fantastic game from everybody. Stardom, the star of the show, has been defeated by the Ragnarok. Not actually sure if they even would have been able to win without the Ragnarok. This was a huge invasion force. This would have at least cleared out this front base up here, but the biggest thing was that it took out everybody else too. So, let's look at the stats. Skavat destroyed enemy resource production the most. Makes sense, he had the big cannon. I'm gonna go sip my tea real quick. I haven't had one the whole game. Destroy the most enemy resource production. Stardom in second place though. That just shows you how baller he is. And I think that was mainly with his push up north here against Hell's Hound. Stardom wins both destroying enemy units' defenses and the most efficient use of resources. Fantastic. At 0.91. I don't know how that's calculated. And I also, yeah, I'm not entirely sure how that's calculated. I guess if you're like floating resources, or maybe if you're like killing a lot of enemy units without dying yourself, or maybe reclaim, I have no idea. Master Bell is a traitor. Destroying allying units. How could he? That dog. Yeah, cool. So let's look at metal used. I mean, Skavat had, yeah, so you can see the people that were ecoing. This is the kind of snowball you get as an eco player, and why I don't always recommend if you have games with like certain spots for eco players. Here, can we turn down game noise real quick? Okay, it's why I recommend like if you have games where you have an eco spot, just eco. Do not, like if you frontline an early game, it's gonna end up being very, very bad for you in the late game here. So yeah, Skabat actually tanked an eco a little bit. I'm not sure exactly why that was. He wasn't snowballing as much again. So if we look at Delta stats, yeah, I mean, his metal use completely dropped. I have no idea what that was from. But anyways, yeah, it was a cool game. So let's look at units died. Stardom had almost the most until Lance Leon with that 1800 number is pretty crazy. Yeah, so units died. Units produced probably goes to Lance Leon. Actually, Stardom in second place. He was producing a lot of ticks. That's true. But grunts from Lance Leon, also from Snoop Panda. Surprised he isn't, or no, John Hunter. Surprised he isn't on there more. He was mass producing grunts down in the south for a little while. But yeah, I hope you guys did enjoy. Hope you, yeah, like and subscribe. Also, new merch dropped in the store. If you want to buy any, it's pretty cool. Pretty sick design. See y'all later. Adios.